My mother missed my wedding to attend my brother's work party. She said it was important, but then she called me in a panic. Hey there, I'm Floria. Let me tell you how I turned my life around after years of family drama. Picture this. I'm a 28-year-old painter chasing my dreams in the concrete jungle of New York City. Sounds glamorous, right? Well, it's been anything but. Growing up, it always felt like I was just a shadow of my older brother Marcus. Mom would gush over his every accomplishment while barely glancing in my direction. There was this one moment I'll never forget. I'd won first place in the school art fair, a big deal for me. Heart pounding, I rushed home, glue ribbon in hand, only to have her barely look up from her phone. "That's nice, honey," she murmured, before immediately raving about Marcus making the varsity football team. It was always the same. Marcus this, Marcus that. Don't get me wrong, I love my brother, but it hurt to feel invisible in my own family. Now though, things are different. I got a little studio in Brooklyn, and my art is finally selling. And even more exciting, I'm getting married to the most amazing guy, Jack. He's been my rock through all the family chaos. "Your mom's going to lose it when she sees you in that dress," Jack said, a smile lighting up his face as we discussed the wedding plans. I wanted to believe him. I really did. So I picked up the phone and called Mom to make sure she had the date saved. "Hey Mom, just double-checking that you're all set for the wedding next month." There was a long, heavy pause on the other end. "Oh, sweetie, about that. Marcus is having the grand opening for his new shop that day. I promised I'd be there to support him." My heart dropped. "But Mom, it's my wedding day. Can't you come to both?" "You know how important this is for your brother." "I'm sure you understand," she replied, her voice brisk. I didn't understand, not at all. After I hung up, I just sat there, numb. Jack found me an hour later, staring blankly at the wall. "Floria, what's wrong?" he asked softly. I told him everything, my voice barely a whisper. "She's not coming, Jack. She's going to Marcus's shop opening instead." Jack pulled me close, his voice steady. "Floria, she's the one missing out. We're going to have a beautiful day, with or without her." I nodded, trying to believe him, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd never be enough for her. As I leaned into Jack's embrace, I wondered if I'd always be the overlooked daughter. The wedding day arrived, and despite Jack's reassurances, I couldn't shake the emptiness gnawing at me. Standing in front of the mirror in my white gown, my best friend Sarah adjusted my veil. "You look stunning, Floria. Jack's going to lose it when he sees you." I forced a smile, hiding the ache. "Thanks, Sarah. I just wish." She squeezed my hand. "I know, hun, but don't let her absence ruin your day. This is about you and Jack?" The ceremony was beautiful, but my gaze kept drifting to the empty seat where Mom should have been. Sensing my distraction, Jack squeezed my hand as the officiant declared, "I now pronounce you husband and wife." As his lips met mine, I pushed thoughts of my family aside and focused on our future. Months flew by, and my art career took off. I landed a spot in a prestigious gallery, and my paintings were selling faster than I could make them. Jack was thrilled. "You're killing it, babe. We have to celebrate." Life felt full, until I stumbled across Mom's social media. There she was, grinning at Marcus's shop opening, celebrating his birthday, even out for a random Tuesday night dinner. Jack noticed my clenched jaw. "You okay?" he asked, concern in his eyes. "She's there, Jack. Every single event. Every time he calls, she's there." I couldn't hold it in anymore. I dialed her number, my hands shaking. She picked up, cheerful as ever. "Floria, is everything all right?" "No, Mom, it's not," I replied, my voice sharper than I'd intended. "I've seen your posts. You've been at every single one of Marcus's events." "Oh, honey, don't be so sensitive." My mom's voice sounded almost annoyed. "You know your brother needs more support with his business ventures." "And I didn't need support on my wedding day?" I asked, hurt bubbling up into anger. "You've always been so independent, Floria. I thought you'd understand." "Understand what? That I'll never be as important as Marcus?" "Now you're just being dramatic. You know I love you both equally." I scoffed, feeling the sting of years of neglect sharpen. "Really? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like Marcus is your golden child, and I'm just an afterthought." "Floria, you're blowing this out of proportion. Maybe when you have kids of your own, you'll understand." "Understand what? How to play favorites? No thanks." I hung up, my hands trembling. Tears filled my eyes as Jack wrapped me in a hug, his voice a gentle anchor. "You didn't deserve that, Floria. Your mom's behavior is toxic." I took a shaky breath, wrestling with the ache and the anger. "What am I supposed to do, Jack? She's still my mom." "Maybe," he said softly. "It's time to create some distance. Focus on your art, on us. You don't need that negativity." He was right. I couldn't keep waiting for her approval, sacrificing my own happiness. You quote, rewrite. I'm done trying to win her over. From now on, I'm living for me. That night, I blocked my mom and Marcus on social media. It hurt, but I felt lighter. The next morning, I went to my studio, picked up my brush, and felt a surge of freedom I hadn't felt in years. This was my life, my art, my choice. For the first time, I felt truly free. 2 years passed in a whirlwind of paint and success. My art was selling faster than I could create it, and Jack and I were expecting our first child. Life was good, really good. One day, while I was in my studio. You can click on share and more to see if the there is a part.